Hi guys, I'm coming to do a video response to a person that commented on one of my old videos. But before I do that, I want to say thank you to all my new subscribers. Thank you for, I don't know how you came across my channel. Maybe from somebody sharing my video or liking my video and you're subscribers of them and you came across my video. But I just want to say thank you for coming to my channel, subscribing. I just want to tell you thank you, and also thank you to all my old subscribers that continue to watch my videos and comment and just are supportive. So thank you to new subscribers and old subscribers. Okay, this video is a video response to Carrie Thomason. She posted a comment on my why did we choose to homeschool our special needs son part 3, and I'm going to read her comment and then answer it. Carrie, you mentioned that you live in Ohio as well, and that's the state I live in. We live in Ohio as well. And you said you haven't pulled your son or your child out of school yet, but you want to. You said he's developmentally delayed and medically fragile. You said he goes to public school for 3 hours a day and they want more. So I'm assuming you're saying the school or the teachers want him to do more, to attend school for more than 3 hours. And then you asked, what curriculum do I tell them I'm using? And you also asked about standardized testing for my special needs son. So I am going to answer your comment. And the first thing I want to ask is, why do they want him to attend school more than 3 hours a day? You said he's developmentally delayed and medically fragile. So does he have any other issues or health problems that would make it difficult or challenging for him to attend school more than 3 hours a day? And like I said, also, why have they told you why they want him to attend school more than 3 hours a day? Also, I wanted to mention, if he's medically fragile, if you're, I don't know where you live in Ohio. I live in Northeast Ohio. So where I live, as much as I know, there is the option for a home-based IEP, and that's if your child is medically fragile. So it seems like, because your son is medically fragile, hopefully that will be an option. Because honestly, bringing home a special needs child to completely homeschool on your own, it is challenging. And I'm not saying you can't do it, because evidently we do it. But I'm saying, if you have the opportunity to still get therapies and stuff from the school and a teacher to come to the home to work with him, that can be helpful. For us, that was not an option, because with my son, he's not medically fragile enough to qualify for a home-based IEP. His physician wouldn't sign off on it. He said he wasn't medically fragile enough. So a home-based IEP was not an option for us. But if it's an option for you, first of all, I would ask the special ed teacher or the therapist if home-based IEP is an option. If they say it is, then the next thing you probably have to do is go to his primary physician and mention you want to do a home-based IEP. And his physician would have to sign off that your son is medically fragile, which you've stated, and that attending school for long periods of time would not, be beneficial to him, and that a home-based IEP would meet his needs more. Now, from what I know with a home-based IEP, from what I was told, a teacher would come to the home, do his learning with him there, and then therapies can also be done with him at home. So yeah, look into that to see if that's an option for you. If it's not an option and you still want to homeschool him, that's great. Just want to let you know that everything will be on you. When I went to inquire about homeschooling our son, I asked, does the school help out at all? And they said no. If you're pulling your son out of a public school, we do not help you at all with homeschooling. That's all on you. You have to network and all of that stuff. And with my son being special needs, there wasn't too many families I knew that had special needs kids that I could network with to help me. I only knew one mom, and she helped me out tremendously in the beginning as far as the paperwork and how to start the process. But I just wanted to let you know, if you can't do the home-based IEP and you decide to homeschool him, it's all on you. So therapies are all on you. His curriculum, it's all on you. The board will not help you at all. So I want to let you know that, because I don't want you to be shocked if that's the route you go with withdrawing him from public school. I don't want you to be shocked that the board is not going to help you with homeschooling, because they're not. And I'm just telling you because that's exactly how the lady told me. She said, we will not help you. And I was like, okay, well, we're going to figure this out. You can look to see if his insurance will pay for the therapist to come to the house, or you have the option, you should have the option for him to get therapies at your local hospital, depending on what hospital you live by. So, like for me, I live the Children's Hospital in Northeast Ohio. So I know that if me and my husband choose to have him have therapy outside of the home, we can get him on the list to start having therapy outside of the home. Ideally, it would be best for somebody to come here, but that's something we're working on. And like I said, you will be completely over his curriculum, what you choose to teach him. And matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and answer that question right now, because you asked me, what do I tell them about curriculum? What I tell the board about my special needs son curriculum is I write or I type down the subjects that I intend to teach him. So science, health, math, and I use materials that I have here at the home. So if I have math books that I can tweak to, for example, like I had a pattern. No, it wasn't a pattern book. It was a graphing, diagram, and charts book. And we did that last year. So I wrote that down on his curriculum paper, that's what we were going to be doing. And then I tailored the activity for him. I just use materials that I have here at the house, books that I have here at the house, and I tailor it for him. And basically, because I feel like I'm drawing this portion out, basically with his curriculum, and this is how I perceive it, the board just wants paperwork for what you intend to do. You don't have to stick to the curriculum that you plan on doing for your son. And again, with special needs children, because honestly, the Board of Education will never meet your child. They don't come to see what you're doing. They only go by your paperwork and your portfolio that you, not your portfolio, because they don't even see your portfolio. They only go by the curriculum that you intend to do and your letter of intent of why you want to homeschool. So they never meet your child. So you can say, we're going to do this, this, and this for science and for math and for music. But if you don't do that, that's fine. If you veer off of that curriculum that you sent them, that's fine. You won't get in trouble for that. The important thing is that your child is learning. And like I was about to say, with special needs kids, things can change with them quickly. depending on where they're at in their development. Like with my oldest son, he's going through puberty now. So during the summer, we had planned on doing stuff with him, but he was sleeping a lot. His sleep schedule was off. He was sleeping during the day and he was up at night. Well, I'm trying to sleep at night. Now, my husband was up with him. So sometimes he would watch documentaries with his dad, faith-based things. So he was still learning. It just wasn't as hands-on as we thought it was going to be because of his sleep schedule. And that's fine. He was still learning. Hold on, guys. Stay over there, honey.
I want the popsicle.
Okay, you're going to have to wait, okay?
I'm going to get it myself.
Okay, you can. You can get it yourself. So, lost my train of thought. So yeah, we can intend to do things with them, but if it doesn't work out, that's okay. At the end of the day, as long as they're learning and you can keep account of what they did for that day, that's fine. I think that's one thing that can kind of scare parents. I think parents in general, not just parents of special needs kids, but just parents in general, is when you go to the board and you say, hey, I want to homeschool, and they're giving you a list of criteria, and you're like, oh my goodness, do I really have to do this?
There you go.
Oh, thank you, honey.
You're welcome.
No, it's just formalities. I mean, I'm being honest. I just feel like it's formalities. It's paperwork. And at the end of the day, as long as your child is learning, and more importantly, your child is happy and healthy, that's fine. And like I said, you just you keep a record of what you did for that day. Here you go.
Thanks.
So that's what I do. Back to the initial question. That's what I do for his curriculum when I go to the board. I type down what we intend to do for the year in certain subjects. I give them a list of the books that I plan on using, and I give them my letter of intent to why we want to homeschool for the upcoming school year, and I give them my son's evaluation paper that I have a teacher that I know sign off on. And that's another thing. I can't remember if I mentioned in that video, but I'm gonna mention it now. Depending on how your Board of Education works, they will probably want a certified teacher to come every year before the end of the summer and do evaluation. I've had 2 teachers come to do it for my son, and I'm gonna have the same lady that did it last year to do it this year. And what I basically do is I just show her a couple of videos that I've already put up on YouTube. I show her a couple of videos of what we did throughout the year, and then she sees them, she asks questions, signs the paperwork, and that's it. It's not really that scary. In the beginning, again, when we initially tried, when we knew we were going to homeschool and just the process, I was freaking out. I'm like, oh my goodness, they want 900 hours. And he doesn't even get 900 hours of schooling when he was at school because of his disability. And, that was freaking me out. And then the curriculum was freaking me out because I'm like, he can't read books and stuff like that. And I was just making it so much harder in my head. And so the mom that initially helped me was like, you know what? It's just all paperwork. You don't have to stick to what you said you're going to do. You just let them know, hey, this is what we intend on using. So that's that. What was the next thing I wanted to address? Oh, standardized testing. You asked about standardized testing. We do not do standardized testing with my oldest son. The evaluation that he has to get done every year, every summer before the new upcoming school year, that basically opts him out of standardized testing. Because the teacher is coming, I'm showing her what we've done, and basically there's a couple of ways you can keep track of what you've done, or what you do for the homeschooling year. One of the easiest ways is to document it on video, and then you can do a video presentation. Another easy way to do it is portfolio, where you take pictures and you put them in a portfolio of what you've done or what you have done. Basically, a lot of pictures, just a picture portfolio of what you have done with your child during that year. I think a picture portfolio or doing videos is an easy way to keep track of what you've done for the homeschooling or for the learning year, and then you present that to the person that's doing your child's evaluation. They look at it, they may ask you questions, and if they, feel, which from my experience, they feel, hey, you're doing better than what your child could get in school, and I've had, these teachers tell me that, like, you're doing better with him here than what we can offer at school because of lack of help. And I'm not going to really get into that right now, but having them sign off that your child is either staying at the level where they're at, or they're doing better, in some areas. And just because your child is doing better in some areas doesn't mean, hey, they're going to start getting tested. But basically, the point I'm trying to get to is having them come and do the evaluation is opting you out of the standardized testing. And for my son, he can't do standardized testing because he can't communicate, whether it be verbally, whether it be with a communication pad, whether it be with switches where you press one for yes and one for no. He can't communicate that he understands the material the way a test would require him to show that he understands the material. And then with my son, you'd have to tailor the test so much that it could be so time consuming. So standardized testing is not an issue for my son. Again, I don't know your son's full abilities or lack of abilities. Like you said, he's developmentally delayed, so I don't know where he falls in that spectrum. Is he nonverbal? Has visual impairment? Can he speak but have some speech impairment? I don't know. So, but you can opt out of him being tested is basically what I'm saying. Was there anything else? I think that was it. I hope I answered your question. And this is not just for Carrie. This is also for any other parent of special needs kids that are thinking about homeschooling your child. Like I said before, it's not easy. And I am not going to sit here and tell you it's easy, because it's not. It takes a lot of hard work depending on your child and your situation. But it can be done. It also doesn't have to be stressful. You have to go along with your child. If your child is having a day, again, like my son, he's going through puberty. Don't know how long puberty is going to last for him. And I'm not expecting, because, hey, we're about to start up this new school year, that his sleep schedule is just going to miraculously change and he's going to be up in the daytime and sleep at night. No. Because even when he was in school, and even before puberty, his sleep schedule was just off. He slept when he wanted to sleep. There was days when he went to school, he stayed up all night. We sent him to school, and he comes home. I get a note, my big guy slept most of the day. And I'm like, okay, it is what it is. So it is very doable to homeschool your special needs child at home. Like I said, it doesn't have to be stressful, because you can tweak it Depending on your child's needs and what they require, it can be challenging. For us, it's his physical care that is challenging because he does not help us with that. He tightens up. He intentionally, will try to pull away or stiffen out. And so those are moments where it can be challenging. So like I said, it's doable. And if you're about to start this homeschooling journey with your special needs child, my prayers and best hope for a good transition to you and your family. And that's it. I'll see you guys all again later. Bye.